We're live on YouTube, starting us up on the Rumble. Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to This Date in History, aka TDH. I am A.O. Xander. Golden Loon will be joining us here pretty soon, and you, of course, you are you. Today is Moon's Day, aka Monday, January 19th, 2026. The show is about interesting and important events that occurred on this calendar date throughout the annals of recorded history, starting with... Why did you pop up? That was weird. Starting with the year 379. Hold on a second, let me move that to there. Theodosius was installed as co-emperor of the Eastern Roman Empire by Emperor Gratian, charged with repelling the Goths. And it says here from the other source, Emperor Gratian elevated Flavius Theodosius at Sirmium to Augustus, and giving him authority over all of the eastern provinces of the Roman Empire. Moving on to 383, Roman Emperor Theodosius I proclaimed his 6-year-old son Arcadius as co-emperor. We also have 1363, English King Edward III introduced his sumptuary laws, restricting what people ate and wore to preserve social status. It was largely ignored. Now, this told me to image search this. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
And you are?
Golden Loon.
Yes, as I said earlier, the Golden Loon himself will be joining us. So we have here the sumptuary laws, and I actually wanted to read this here really quick. The Elizabethan sumptuary clothing laws were used to control behavior and to ensure whether specific class structure was maintained. English sumptuary laws governing the clothing that Elizabethans wore were well known by all of the English people. The penalties for violating sumptuary laws could be harsh: fines, the loss of property, title, and even life. So they would kill you. They were authorized to kill you. Now, thankfully, none of this was enforced, but, no less, it's a law, and it's, if there's bad people, which there inevitably will be, especially, if they're bad, they'll be looking for stuff like this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you're looking for that loophole to control.
Yep. 1419, French city of Rouen surrendered to Henry V in the 100 Years' War. All right.
100 Years' War,
Yep. 1482, supplies to build Portuguese trading post Castelo de São Jorge de Mina, or Elimia Castle, arrived on the Gold Coast, now Ghana, first European building south of the Sahara. All right. Yeah, I mean, Europe is not really, so they're spreading. And I actually have a picture for that right here. It's a pretty cool picture. This is a painting, obviously, not a picture, but
right.
But yeah, that's really cool. That's south of the Sahara and everything. What else do we have here? We got that one. 1511, Italian city Mirandola surrendered to the French, and it says here from the other source, the Italian duchy of Mirandola surrendered to the Pope. Now that makes you wonder. The first, this one says French from the primary source. The secondary source says Pope. So that makes you wonder: is this a discrepancy, or was the papacy located in France before finally going to Italy? And I remember we did an article a couple days or so ago where we spoke about Pope, whatever the heck he was. I don't remember the year, I don't remember the name, but I just remember the action of him moving the papacy back to Rome. So it was in Rome, and that actually makes sense because now I don't have my Pope history all in conjunction, but I remember that there was this one Pope that had to flee Vatican City.
Oh, really?
This was hundreds of years ago or whatever. But there's they were besieging the city and all that stuff, and they got through, and the Swiss Guard, many of them gave their lives in defense. Yeah. And it was the bloodiest day or something. And it's a major historic event. But the Pope did get out and fled to safety. So I think maybe that's when he reestablished himself in France or something. If the Pope is French, because that would be the only way this to make sense or something. Anyway, if anybody can figure that out, let us know in the comment section. Moving on up to 1607, San Augustine Church in Manila was officially completed and still stands today as the oldest current church in the Philippines. That's pretty cool. Now, I do have a picture here. Now, this is a more modern picture, but I'm going to image search this. But, this looks old. It's a cool courtyard and everything. But you image search this, And I saw another picture that I wanted, but I didn't use, so I can do this exact thing. Open image in a new tab. It had 2 towers. Something happened.
Yeah. Well, look at that. That's
Maybe
a
an
mess.
earthquake.
Yeah, could have been.
Yeah.
Could have been an earthquake. Yeah.
Yeah. But now it's just capped off.
Yeah.
You know, and then, you know, but before you didn't even realize it. Now you can see it's gone.
Oh, and now it looks out of balance.
Yeah. Really weird, you know, huh?
Yeah.
So, we also are going to go up to 1639. Hämeenlinna, or Swedish for Tavastehus, was granted privileges after, it separated from the Venaja parish as its own city in Tavastia. All right. Now, I don't know what the heck that means, but I just find that interesting because it was granted privileges when it separated. So it was incentivized politically to distance itself from whatever, you know, from Venaja for whatever reason.
Yeah.
So, you know, that seems kind of messed up, you know?
Well, I don't know the basis for it.
Yeah, neither do I. 1668, French King Louis XIV and Holy Roman Emperor Leopold I signed a secret partition treaty dividing the Spanish Empire if Charles II of Spain died without an heir. So they were planning, you know, on, you know, taking over.
Secretly, I love that.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of secret treaties and such that go on. I'm trying to access my comment section here really quick. There we go. Move that over there, and you. Why is it not showing me? Are we? I think we're live, but the comments thing isn't showing. But so, hold on a second. Let me load this up really quick. Anyway, 1668, French King Louis, we got that one. 1764, Bully William Luxemdorf recorded in his diary that a mail bomb, possibly the world's first, had severely injured the Danish Colonel Poulsen, residing at Borgum Alley. So, mail terrorism by the post.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, possibly the first. 1785, first manned balloon flight in Ireland.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. 1795, Democratic Revolution in Amsterdam resulted in the establishment of short-lived Batavian Republic. And it says here from the other source, the Batavian Republic was proclaimed in the Netherlands, replacing the Dutch Republic. This democratic revolution in Amsterdam ended the oligarchy. Ooh, that's pretty...
Wonder why it didn't last long.
Well, you know, they ended the oligarchy, and the oligarchy probably fired back.
Yeah.
Who knows? So let me move that. There we go. 1808, Louis Napoleon signed the first Dutch aviation law. Huh. Whoa. In 1808. So it has to have been like for...
balloons or something.
Yeah. Yeah, this one was... I was thinking, you know, was a previous article in the Netherlands or something. 1810, cold Friday, temperature at Portsmouth, New Hampshire dropped from 54 degrees Fahrenheit to negative 12 in one day, with many frozen to death. That's wild.
Oh, man, that's
terrible. It's awful. Yeah. 1817, an army of 5,423 soldiers led by General José de San Martin crossed the Andes from Argentina to liberate Chile, then Peru. Yeah. I actually have a picture of that. That's what this is right here.
Okay.
And I think if I have my history correct, so let's see. So that was what, 1817? Yeah. Oh, it's not even in here. Okay, that's kind of sad. 1825. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna look up his name because I just want to know. Like, I think he was like regarded as the founding father of Chile or something. There you are. Okay, tell me. Revolutionary leader. He is known. Well, this is a huge biography. I was trying to find something simple that was listed there, but anyway, 1825. Ezra Daggett and nephew Thomas Kensett patented food storage in tin cans. Yeah, and it's kind of small, but like, you know, this is the label right there. 1825. We got that one. 1847, Mexican and indigenous Pueblo warriors killed territorial governor Charles Bent at the age of 47. That's interesting. 47 on 47. Kind of weird. He was 47 years old, and this took place in 1847.
Okay, yeah.
Huh. And 5 others in a revolt against new American rulers in Taos, New Mexico territory. So some skirmishes, along
Yeah.
disputed land and everything. 1861, Georgia seceded from the Union during the U.S. Civil War, joining South Carolina, Florida, Mississippi, and Alabama in this action of declaring secession from the Union, the United States. 1862, during the American Civil War, Battle of Mill Springs in Kentucky, also known as Fishing Creek or Logan's Crossroads, the Confederacy suffered its first significant defeat in the conflict. Good. 1871, the first Black Lodge of U.S. Masons were approved in New Jersey.
Cool.
Yeah, and this is telling me to image search it, but I have a picture right here just to show this one first. So,
there you go.
Black Freemasons.
Yeah.
Yep. Now
I
let's.
don't know. That doesn't look like the originals.
What do you mean?
More modern. That
Oh no, that's not the originals.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's.
Yeah, that's who
That,
they
that's
are now.
that's something
whatever, yeah.
I got. I mean, out of all these images,
Yeah.
this was the best one I can find, or I
Yeah.
could have chosen the seal, but I mean,
Yeah. No,
I
the
wanted
people's better.
I wanted people involved.
Yeah. Always.
I mean, there's this, but then it's too long and it wouldn't make sense on the
No.
thumbnail.
No.
So they're but here
No,
they
I like
are
the
with
one
their
you
garb.
picked. I like the one you picked.
Purple and orange. They're tempting me. Freaking 1883, the first electric lighting system employing overhead wires built by Thomas Edison began service at Roselle in New Jersey. All right. 1886, Aurora Ski Club, the first in the U.S., was founded in Minnesota. Now, didn't we just talk about like the first something club or whatever the other day, and it was founded in Berlin, New Hampshire, or wherever it was? It was Berlin, New Hampshire.
I don't know.
I think. Let me look this up here. Berlin, New Hampshire. I swear it was in New Hampshire. No, New. Berlin, New Hampshire. No, Berlin, New Hampshire. There we go. First U.S. Ski Club. Yeah.
Oh, you're right.
That was on the
Wow, what a
15th.
pull.
That was 4 days ago.
What a pull.
Yeah. So we have a discrepancy here.
Yeah.
Because this says First U.S. Ski Club forms in Berlin, New Hampshire.
Yeah.
And this says Aurora Ski Club, and let me show you on the main source as well. So this is 1886. Right here. Aurora Ski Club, first in U.S., founded in Minnesota.
Someone's wrong. What's
And hold on, this is 1886, and what is this one? 1882. So this is 4 years before.
Way earlier.
Yeah.
Okay.
4 years. Wait a minute. 4 years and 4 days?
Yeah.
4-4?
4-4.
Now I'm starting to think there's some kind of conspiracy behind this.
What, are you into numerology or something?
Well, I'm not opposed to the possibility.
I'm not opposed
So-
to either, but I don't know what 4-4 would mean.
Well, neither do I. I'm just saying it's weird.
Yeah.
Anyway, 1898, Brown defeated Harvard 6-0 in the first intercollegiate hockey game.
Ah.
Yeah. 1901, Queen Victoria of the United Kingdom was struck with paralysis, later to die after 3 days at the age of 81.
Whoa.
Yeah, yep. 1903, the first regular transatlantic radio broadcast between the U.S. and England occurred.
Oh, jeez.
Yep. 1910, U.S. National Institute of Arts and Letters incorporated by Congress, because that's what we need, more government. Afuela, frickin' fuela. 1915, the neon tube sign patented by George Claude. And it says here, George Claude patented the neon discharge tube for use in advertising, neon lighting.
Oh, neon. Okay.
Yes.
Neon, okay.
Yes. So specifically to be used the way it's used,
Yeah.
Smokes, milks, prostitutes, Well, I mean, red light district.
Yeah, true.
1915, World War I, 4 people in Norfolk were killed in the first German Zeppelin air raid attack on the United Kingdom. And we have from the other source, at least 20 people in Norfolk were killed in the first major, and I have this in parentheses for some reason, German Zeppelin air raid attack on the United Kingdom, towns of Great Yarmouth and Kingsland. Okay, so I guess 4 from Norfolk. Well, it just says Norfolk. Okay, and this one says 20. So we have a 16 people discrepancy. I thought the first article was only covering one of these cities, but no, it's not. So we have another discrepancy going on. We need to research this. 1917, the Silvertown explosion. 73 people died when a munitions factory in Essex exploded. And it also injured over 400, and the resulting fire caused over 2 million pounds worth of damage. 2 million pounds in 1917 pounds. So
That's a lot of damage.
yeah, that's a lot of damage. Who are you, Phil Swift? I'm gonna saw this world in half. Yeah. 1918, Finnish Civil War. The first serious battles between the Red Guards and the White Guard occurred, and while that was going on, the Soviets disallowed a Constitution Assembly. 2 years later, 1920, the United States Senate voted against joining the League of Nations. Good move. Then we also have the American Civil Liberties Union, aka ACLU, was founded. More government. 1921, Costa Rica, Guatemala, Honduras, and El Salvador signed a Pact of Union. Then the next year after that, 1922, Geological Survey said that U.S. oil supply will be depleted in 20 years, in 1922. So all of this fossil fuels, all of this non-renewable versus renewable energy, all of this bullshit that you're seeing on TV is just that. They've been doing this for over 100 years. 104 years, people. Stop eating the crap. 1923, UK Chancellor of the, right here. It's on the main source. Go to the link in the underbar. I'm not full of shit here, 1923, UK Chancellor of the Exchequer, Stanley Baldwin, and U.S. Secretary of the Treasury, Andrew Mellon, agreed to reschedule repayment of Britain's $4.5 billion war debt over the next 62 years. All right. 1932, Charlie Conacher became the first Toronto player to score 5 goals in an NHL game as Maple Leafs rout and New York Americans 11-3 at the Maple Leaf Gardens. All right. 1934, Major League Baseball Commissioner Kennesaw Mountain Landis. Who the hell gives their middle name Mountain? What the... I mean, the only thing I can think of is he was born out in a homestead on the prairie in, Timbuktu, freaking Montana, okay? And back then, the concept of middle names wasn't a thing, and they were all the way... Actually, no, I'm going to say Kansas, because everything's flat, and she wanted her son to be special, so she named the middle name Mountain, I don't know. I'm just building up an entire...
Wow, you are ranting.
Yeah. Anyway, Mountain Landis denied Joe Jackson's appeal for reinstatement in baseball. Jackson was banned after 1919 Black Sox World Series.
Oh, that was the cheating scandal.
Yeah. What else do we got here? Hold on a second. I'm just checking out. 1935, Cooper's Inc. sold the world's first men's briefs in Chicago, calls it the Jockey.
What were men's briefs?
Boxers, briefs.
Shorts, underwear.
Underwear.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so the jockey, and then that's
Yeah.
probably where jock straps comes
But
from.
I mean, what did they have before that? You don't know.
Well, no, there's some kind of weird underwear, for at risk of, hold on a second, hold on a second, 1800s underwear. And you don't want to search old underwear; you'll find something gross. But yeah, no, people wore things like this. This is a man's undergarment.
Yeah. Okay.
So they had something, but women's undergarments and everything. So
Yeah.
if I had searched old underwear, I would have gotten a lot of different images. You got to be careful what you look up.
Why would
phrasing.
old be key?
Well, because then it's just a pair of old underwear. Then it'd be I'd get underwear like yours, and I don't want to look at that. So, 1937, Cy Young, Trace Speaker, and Nap Lajorie were elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame.
Yeah. Now they have the Cy Young Award, the best pitcher of the year.
Yeah. 1937, millionaire Howard Hughes set transcontinental air record, 7 hours, 28 minutes, 25 seconds, flying from Los Angeles to New York City. And, that's about hours. Yeah, that's about it. 1938, General Motors began mass production of diesel engines.
Oh.
Yep. And 1 year later, Ernest Housen of Wisconsin set a chicken plucking record of 4.4 seconds to pluck a whole
He's
chicken.
Chicken plucker.
Yeah. That almost sounds like a slur. Oh, you chicken plucker. Or chicken plucking core blimey hiba shiga bagabalia. 1940, the Three Stooges film You Nazi Spy about the Nazis was released with a disclaimer: any resemblance between the characters in this picture and any persons living or dead is a miracle. Okay. 1941, during World War II, HMS Greyhound. I have to play this. If you ever saw the movie Greyhound with what's his face, Tom Hanks.
I don't think I saw it.
You know, it's a more recent film, but anyway, the HMS Greyhound and other escorts of convoy AS-12 sunk Italian submarine Negheri with all hands 64 kilometers or 40 miles northeast of Falconora, and I'm wondering if this event inspired the movie Greyhound, because the movie is about during the Atlantic War. They're doing a convoy. The ship was called the Greyhound.
It obviously did inspire it. I don't know how accurate it is, but it obviously ginned up the story.
Yeah, and I played that sound because this video is literally Greyhound, but only the U-boat screeching. And like whenever it showed the U-boats, like it played that stupid screeching noise. You know, but this video is 1 minute and 43 seconds long.
Oh,
There's a minute and 43 seconds
of that.
Yeah, look. Oh my God, that got old in that movie. Holy shit. So, anyway, 1942, Dutch Catholic priest and outspoken anti-Nazi Titus Brandenmacher was arrested by German occupiers, later to die at the Dachau concentration camp. He was posthumously canonized by Pope Francis in 2022. He became a saint for his troubles. So Godspeed, and I don't even need to wish you good luck, good sir, Titus Brandenmacher. You know, you man. What a thing to do. 1942, Japanese forces invaded Burma, and the Japanese conquest of Burma began. So
They were conquering all those islands.
Oh, yeah.
There.
In 1943, the first Warsaw Ghetto Uprising began. All right. 43 as well, Joint Chiefs of Staff decided on an invasion in Sicily. So this was
What year?
43. But things were wrapping up in the African theater. We were just mopping things up, getting the Germans and the Italians out of there. And then what are we going to do from there? Where are we going to... because like
their next move.
Because we also they had been ousted from Dunkirk, and then they had built they were in the process of building up the whole Atlantic Wall and everything. So to invade at that time would probably not be ideal. Do you want to invade mainland Italy? Do you want or do you want to go into Sicily? Do you want to bring Spain into this? Because they're neutral, but they're aiding the Nazis. So, there was a possibility of invading Spain, getting their involvement, and then making that a front in World War II and coming in that way. But they were neutral, and that would make us look really bad.
Yeah.
So, despite them straight up assisting the Nazis. Because the Luftwaffe was so kick-ass in World War II, because they had practice, they assisted Francisco Franco during the Spanish Revolution that concluded right before the outbreak of World War II.
Okay.
So, 1945, World War II, Soviet forces liberated the Lodz ghetto of over 200,000 inhabitants. From 1940, less than 900 had survived the Nazi occupation.
Yeah.
So that's the occupation. That's not a concentration camp.
Right.
That's just holy. 1946, General Douglas MacArthur established the International Military Tribunal for the Far East in Tokyo to try Japanese war criminals. So, yep. 1947, SS Himera ran aground at Athens, killing 392.
Jeez.
That's just a ship running aground. I couldn't imagine people dying, that much just from simply running aground.
Oh, for capsize.
Well, I guess so. 1950, maiden flight of Canada's Avro Canada CF-100 military plane. You know what? I'm going to look this up here really quick. Let me see. Move that away. Go wide. Close that. And expand this. There we go. That's a cool looking plane.
Yeah. Especially for that age.
Yeah. And speaking of Canada, there's a whole bunch of stuff happening in Alberta right now.
Oh, yeah.
They might become our 51st state.
Yeah, or at least...
the race is on between them and Greenland. Who's first?
Well, there's no guarantee they'll become the first state, but they're definitely looking towards independence from Canada.
Well, yeah, but, are they going to be able to function as their own standalone country? Because they're landlocked.
Yeah.
So, most of their stuff comes through us anyway, so they might just say, you know what, let's just skip the middleman and just become part of you.
Well, they're also trying to put a pipeline over to British Columbia, and then they can move oil over to Europe or Asia, wherever it's needed. I mean, they can ship it that way. But British Columbia's environmentalists on the seashore are a little iffy.
Yeah, that ain't gonna happen. Moving up to 1952, NFL purchased struggling football franchise New York Yanks from owner Ted Collins, moved the club to Dallas, Texas.
That would have been horrendous.
What do you mean?
Say again?
No, they did. He did move it. The New York Yanks moved to Dallas, Texas. The way this is written. NFL.
Shouldn't be the Yanks.
Well, this sells.
Should be the Giants. New York Giants are the NFL football team.
Yeah, aren't Yanks baseball?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something screwy.
I thought I was having a stroke, but I'm not that into sports. So I'm just like, okay, whatever. I'll just read it as it is. But yeah, so I'm not alone on this.
No.
I thought that was weird too. 1952, PGA approved allowing black participants. Good.
Yeah.
Good. It sickens me that was not already a thing to begin with. Like the whole thing about the whole trope on cartoons and everything about blacks being chased out of golf courses and everything. I've seen that in a lot of Family Guy and all that stuff. And I know they play it for funny, for jokes and all that stuff. But I mean, just knowing that was a real thing at one time makes me want to throw up. 1953, Stadium Track and Field Olympian Jesse Owens named Illinois Athletic Commission Secretary. Hell yeah, he does. The man who broke Hitler.
Yeah, Hitler was pissed. He stormed out of that stadium.
As much as I hate him today, and I'm talking about Bill Burr, that is, I don't like him anymore, but I have to give credit where credit is due. He made a stand-up bit, and there's a whole thing, but to take a portion out of there, he made a joke about Hitler wanting to make a superior race, or that they are a superior race or something, and it's just and then, as I said, it's a whole thing, but he was tying in slavery to the accidental creation of a superior race. Because now all the blacks are dunking on whites and doing all that stuff. They can fly over us,
Yeah.
So,
dunking on whites.
Yeah, hilarious. 1953, almost 72% of all television sets in the United States were turned into I Love Lucy to watch Lucy give birth. I'm sure they didn't actually show the give birth process, but not back then, at least on TV.
No.
But yeah, could you imagine showing some of the stuff on TV today to something in 1953? People would lose their minds.
Yeah.
Oh my God! I remember this this movie called, I think it's called God Bless America, but there's this horrendous scene, and it's mocking the whole reality TV thing. I'm not even going to explain what the scene was, because it was just disgusting.
Well, going back just real quick, that I Love Lucy thing, I watched a deal a long time ago about how restricted they were on the I Love Lucy show. Mm-hmm. They had to have twin beds.
Oh yeah.
And they had to have
and be separated.
Yeah.
Did they have a wall between them, or were they just
one bedroom, but just two with probably a lamp or something in the middle, But they also always had to have at least 1 foot on the floor.
Oh.
If they were sitting on the end of the bed or something.
So were there no shots of them actually fully in bed?
I don't know.
By themselves?
That's I just remember they had to do that. And that was probably when they were both in the room. I don't know. You could probably put one of them in bed if the other isn't there. But that's how strict it was, my point.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
What else do we got here? 1955, Scrabble debuted on Board Game Market. Yeah. Oh man, I'm way back. Okay, so I got to show.
Oh, that's the Hindenburg or the.
No. That's when the Germans were bombing that place.
Oh, okay.
From the blimp. The first use of bombing civilian target. Yeah. But here we go. Scrabble.
Yeah.
And this is like a 1955 Scrabble.
Jeez, look at that.
So, yeah, that's really old.
Yeah.
You can tell by the colors and everything.
Yeah.
1955 as well, we have the first presidential news conference was filmed for TV for Eisenhower. 56, the city of Hoboken, New Jersey was dedicated a plaque honoring achievements of Alexander Cartwright in organizing early baseball at Elysian Field. And that's what this is.
Oh, okay.
So,
Never
yeah.
heard of it.
Baseball on June 19th, 1846. The first game of baseball was played here on the Elysian Fields between the Knickerbockers and the New Yorks. Wow, just the New Yorks. It is generally conceded that until this time the game was not seriously regarded. So basically the birth of baseball.
Yeah.
That's awesome. In 1958, Canadian Football Council was renamed the Canadian Football League. 2 years later, President Eisenhower and Prime Minister Nobusuke Kishi signed the U.S.-Japan Mutual Security Treaty. 1961, we have the first episode of the Dick Van Dyke Show. It was filmed. Yeah. And here's like an original poster.
Yeah.
There's like a lot of different types of actually.
He's still alive. He's like 100 years old.
Oh yeah, I remember talking about him and everything. I just want to show this really quick. I just love this scene. You remember this being like the intro of the Dick Van Dyke Show?
Yeah.
But it goes out of control immediately. I'm gonna stop it there. So, but just wanton violence. 1963, Indira Gandhi was elected India's first female prime minister.
Oh yeah.
Unfortunately, I think she got assassinated. Yeah, it was. Yeah, she got assassinated on October 31st of all days.
The same year?
No, 1984.
Oh, okay.
At the age of 66.
Okay.
That's Halloween.
Oh.
And that's also a former friend of mine's birthday. 1967, Karl Tausch wrote the shortest will, Visizine, which means all to wife.
Ah.
1968, Northern Ireland Prime Minister Torrance O'Neill called for a new endeavour by organisations in Northern Ireland to cross denominational barriers and advance the cause of better community relations. 1969, student Jan Palach unfortunately died after setting himself on fire 3 days prior in Prague's Wenceslas Square to protest about the invasion of Czechoslovakia by the Soviet Union in 1968.
I remember the invasion.
His funeral turned into another major protest.
Yeah.
So even after death, like I know this is a really bad, tasteless way to say it, but the fire lives on. Not meaning to make light of the situation, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
1978, 8 bishops of the Roman Catholic Church in the Netherlands say there should be room in the church for both married priests and celibate priests. No. If you want to be a man of God, be a man of God. You cannot be a man of God and earth at the same time. You're somebody that people go to. You got to be above everybody else. You got to be willing to sacrifice more than most. Like that's the whole point, right?
Okay.
And but what's the point of the whole celibacy thing? And it's not just priests. That was the whole thing during the Crusader era and all that stuff.
But in other churches, reverends and whatever, they all are allowed to. A lot of religions allow marriage. They're not less valuable to their flock.
Well, then why are Catholic ones not allowed to?
I don't know.
Huh. Well, if anybody knows, please let us know in the comments section. Please. 1970, UCLA fired Angela Davis for being a communist.
Yeah, she was a radical.
Yep. 1971, NHL Writers Association was renamed Professional Hockey Writers Association. And while that was happening, the Beatles' song Helter Skelter was played at Charles Manson's trial. That's the reason why he snapped and did all this stuff, right? He said Helter Skelter. They were directly talking
to him.
They
wrote Helter Skelter all over the walls in blood.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, but wasn't that his excuse for why he did what he did? Is that he believed that the Helter Skelter was them talking directly to him?
He may have, but
like,
I'm just saying.
Like he had schizophrenia or something crazy. Oh.
Yeah.
72, Sandy Koufax, Yogi Berra, and Early Wynn was elected to Baseball Hall of Fame.
Okay, time out. You have to pronounce his name right. Sandy Koufax.
Sandy Koufax.
One of the greatest all-time pitchers.
Well, I mean, I say Koufax, and I think somebody who's standing next to you while you're sending a fax. They're Koufaxing.
Move on.
1974, Notre Dame beats UCLA 71-70 in South Bend, Indiana, to end the Bruins' NCAA record 88-game basketball win streak.
They were so dominant, unbelievable.
75.
I remember that game even.
Now this one's written weird. It says 1975, 4-mail truck assault on El Alb B-747 in Paris, escaped to Iraq. What?
What the heck is that?
I don't know. You know, like it's so much happened, and this feels like shorthand. So, anyway, 1977, Ernie Banks was elected to Baseball Hall of Fame. All right.
Yeah, deserved it.
Yep. Snow falls on Miami, Florida. This is the only time in the history of the city that snowfall has occurred. It also fell in the Bahamas. Now, hold up a second. Wasn't there a snowfall somewhere in Florida recently, the past year, at some weird time? Or something?
That I'm aware of. It could have been, but I'm not
I'm going to look this up here really quick. Snow fell on Florida recently. Let's see here. It snowed in Florida again. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Let me bigger this. Hold on a second. This was January 19th, 2026. Updated. Hold on a second.
Hard for me to believe. Look at these images right here. A lot of people out there having a good time. Hard to believe this is Florida. That snow creating a glimmer of a winter wonderland in parts of the Panhandle today.
So that's today.
Went chasing the fresh powder, as I like to call it. Where
I thought it was like months ago.
Delivered.
Or maybe I had some weird premonition. Oh, that's Bonifay. So not Miami.
It's another busy.
Okay, well I'm going to end that, but
did that say Florida or Miami? Or I guess Miami.
Well,
Florida.
this says this is the only time in the history of the city. So
okay, so yeah.
Okay, so
that's
maybe
not
it
in the
still
city.
is.
Okay.
But
city's pretty far south. Miami's down.
Yeah. Well, the whole state is pretty far south.
Yeah, but you get up on the Panhandle, you're a lot farther north than you are in Miami.
They're still south of us.
Yes.
So
I'm just saying there's a lot of south between Miami and the Panhandle.
Yes. Oh.
So you get maybe snow every once in a while more often up there.
Yeah, I'm just trying to remember what it was that I remember, but I just remember snow in Florida, and it was weird. 1977, U.S. President Ford pardoned Eva Togori D'Aquino, also known as Tokyo Rose.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, we have don't we have some kind of personal connection to all that stuff or something? Your brother?
Yeah. I forget what the exact connection was as a friendship for him, not family connection. But we were having like a Thanksgiving picnic or something over at my niece's house, and her daughter brought a couple exchange student friends from Japan.
Okay.
So, we're out there having conversation and everything. I asked them, there's 2 or 3 of them, had they ever heard of Tokyo Rose? Nothing. Hadn't heard a thing about Tokyo Rose.
Huh.
From Japan.
Wow.
Because they lived in Japan. They were exchange students here. Anyways, that's just a little note.
Okay. 1977, world's largest crowd gathering, the Hindu Kumbh Mela in India, attracted a record 15 million people. Now, didn't that get eclipsed by that massive one that we spoke about not too long ago? It was like 100-something million or something insane.
I don't know.
1978, Eddie Matthews elected to Baseball Hall of Fame.
Who?
Eddie Matthews.
Okay.
1978 as well, the last Volkswagen Beetle made in Germany left VW's plant in Emden. Beetle production in Latin America would continue until 2003.
And now I think they're making it again.
I think so. I think you're right. But yeah, I was talking with my friend Creative or something, or maybe not Creative, maybe it was somebody else. But while I was still playing Foxhole, I knew this German person, and we were talking about Volkswagen, and I'm like, good old VW. He's like, no, VV. And over there, it's Volkswagen.
Oh.
So it is VV for them.
Yeah. Okay.
So for us, I guess it's VVV because W. They don't look like U's. They look like V. So it's double V. So if anything, we should just call them a W or double V. So 1981, Muhammad Ali talked a despondent 21-year-old out of committing self-deletion. Thank goodness.
Yeah.
Oh.
Good for him.
Yep. In 81 as well, U.S. and Iran signed an agreement to release 52 U.S. hostages. During the Iran hostage crisis,
Yeah.
United States and Iranian officials signed an agreement to release 52 U.S. hostages after 14 months of captivity. 82, a heater exploded at Star Elementary School in Oklahoma, killing 6 children and a teacher. Ugh, that sucks. 1983, Nazi war criminal Klaus Barbie, SS chief in Lyon, in Nazi-occupied France, was arrested in Bolivia. You want to go to the Barbie Museum? The Butcher of Lyon?
Yeah.
1983, the Apple Lisa, the first commercial personal computer from Apple Inc. to have a graphical user interface and a computer mouse was announced. Computer mouse, yeah. 1984, California Supreme Court rejected the request of quadriplegic Elizabeth Buvas to starve herself to death in a public hospital. That's a rough. That's oof. That sounds awful. Like,
Yeah.
but
they can't allow that. That's suicide.
but is suicide illegal?
The hospital, no.
But this is the Supreme Court.
Yeah, she took it. She tried to sue the hospital.
Well, this is California Supreme Court.
Yeah. Yeah. So she tried to. It went up to all the way to the Supreme Court.
But doesn't that infringe on her rights?
The hospital is there to save people. They cannot allow her to just sit there and die.
Oh, that's true, because now she's occupying a bed. Well, I mean, if they're paying for the room...
No, it's morally, they can't do it. They have an oath. All medical people have said.
Well, it's called the Hippocratic Oath.
Okay.
And hypocrisy is usually not a good thing. So... I get what you're saying, and I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying at the same time, now they're taking away her rights. But then again, you're right. She should just go home if she wants to do that. So that's a tough call. 1985, Born in the USA, single by Bruce Springsteen, peaked at number 9. 1986, the first IBM PC computer virus was released into the wild. A boot sector virus, dubbed Seabrain, was created by the Farooq Alvi brothers in Lahore, Pakistan, reportedly to deter unauthorized copying of the software they had written. 87, Guy Hunt became Alabama's first Republican governor since 1874. Wow.
Who was now?
Guy Hunt. So 1874, and that's after readmissions to the Union. That's 9 years after the end of the Civil War. And he became the first Republican governor in Alabama from then until 87.
So they've all been Democrats.
Yeah, well, that explains things. Democrats are the party of the South, the party of the rebels, the party of hate, the party of the Klan. And that's where they came from. 1988, disabled writer Christopher Nolan won the Whitbread Book of the Year prize. Now, Christopher Nolan, isn't that the name of a director?
I'm not familiar with the name.
I'm pretty sure, like, that's the name of a director. I'm just like, and this is 1988, so this is more.
Yeah.
Christopher Nolan, author. Oh, an Irish poet and author, died in 2009. So this is somebody else with the same name. That's why. Oh, never mind. Before I forget, there's a guy named Mark Zuckerberg suing Facebook. Mark Zuckerberg.
Yes, I've heard about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy hell, guys! If you haven't seen it, go look it up. It is hilarious. I think Mark Zuckerberg should kick Mark Zuckerberg's teeth in, personally. You can't sue me. You don't know which one I'm talking about. 1989, U.S. President Ronald Reagan pardoned New York Yankees owner George Steinbrenner for supplying illegal funds for Nixon's re-election campaign. Yep. Oh, this guy.
Yeah.
I love that photo. He's just like, oh, like somebody like impaled him with an arrow or something. Oh, good heavens, I've been shot. 1990, police break up protests in Johannesburg against the cricket players defending a boy. No, they don't listen. Police break up protests in Johannesburg against the cricket players defying a boycott on playing in apartheid South Africa.
Ah, okay.
Listen, you hate cricket so much. Man, I think you're cricketist. You're racist towards cricket.
I don't care about cricket. I don't know a thing about it. I just hate it on this
I don't like
show.
it either, but I gotta give credit where credit is due.
Yeah, now that
If I behaved the way that you're talking about, I wouldn't put anything in sports in here. 1990, turning point in the exodus of hundreds of thousands of Kashmiri Hindus from Indian-administered Kashmir due to violence from Muslim militants. Dang.
Jeez.
Yep. And it says here from the other source, exodus of Kashmiri Pandits from the Kashmir Valley in Indian-administered Kashmir due to an insurgency. 1 year later, 1991, Iraq fired Scud missiles at Tel Aviv and other cities in Israel during the Gulf War. And from the other source, it says here, Gulf War, Iraq fired a second Scud missile into Israel, causing 15 injuries, as well as launching more Scuds at Tel Aviv and other cities. All right. So, the first one from 2 days ago, they only launched one. Not multiple, but only one and only one. Because this one, or at least according to my secondary source, this one says a second Scud missile into Israel. So that means that they've only fired 2 now.
No, they said at other cities.
As well as launching more Scuds. So they launched a second one into Israel, and then launched one. Then they started doing the mass launches. So, but the 2 day ago one was one and only one. If this writing is correct.
Okay.
I'm not saying that as a fact. I'm just going from what I have here. 1992, IBM announced a nearly $5 billion loss for 1992.
Whoa.
That's not good. We also have Cy Coleman and David Zippel's musical City of Angels closed at Virginia Theater in New York City after 879 performances, winning 6 Tony and 8 Drama Desk Awards.
That's a pretty good run.
Yeah.
Couple of years.
Yeah, and really interesting that a City of Angels, that's Los Angeles, in New York City.
Yeah, that's what surprised me.
Yeah. 1993, Israel recognized PLO as no longer criminal. Okay. 1993, Oakland A's unveil a new elephant logo. I almost did an Illuminati sign just now trying to mimic the A. I'll just do A, from YMCA. 1993, Czech Republic and Slovakia joined the United Nations. 1995, after being struck by lightning, the crew of a Bristow helicopter's Flight 56C were forced to ditch. All 18 aboard were later rescued.
Oh, great.
Yeah. And that's off of main source, so they don't have it on here. But that's. Can you imagine being in a helicopter getting struck by lightning? Like, holy crap. 1997, Yasser Arafat returned to Hebron after more than 30 years and joined celebrations over the handover of the last Israeli-controlled West Bank city. Those freaking conquerors, man.
They gave it back. What are you talking about?
After they took it, and they only gave it back because international pressure said so. If Israel had their way, all Palestinians would be gone by now.
They lost it in a war that they were attacked.
Israel attacked them by occupying their land. That was Palestine. It's an occupation. You can't say it wasn't, Dad. It was. 1999, British Aerospace agreed to acquire the defense subsidiary of the General Electric Company plc, forming Base Systems in November of 1999. That's you know what Base Systems is, right? Okay. 2000, Michael Jordan, who led the Chicago Bulls to 6 NBA championships as a player, returned to the NBA, joining the Washington Wizards as part owner and president of basketball operations. And why does this music sound so incredibly loud?
All of a sudden,
I gotta find a better background song because it has such a vast difference.
Oh, I see what you're saying, yeah.
2000, we got that one. 2001, Mexican drug lord Joaquin El Chapo Guzman escaped from Puente Grande maximum security prison near Guadalajara by bribing prison guards and hiding in a laundry cart. Wow.
He escaped from all kinds of places.
Yeah. Well, you see, I have to make this joke. He really did get a clean getaway. Laundry cart.
I got it.
2002, truck rule game, AFC divisional playoff game with under 2 minutes to play. New England Patriots trail Oakland Raiders 13-10 in a driving snowstorm when Tom Brady fumbled, ruled on an incomplete pass. Patriots then won 16-13 in overtime. Okay. 2006, a New Horizons probe was launched by NASA on the first mission to Pluto. And that's the one where it got that photo of the heart and all that stuff. The heart on Pluto?
No.
In 2016. Okay. I will show you. That was a major thing. Pluto. So, you just search Pluto. Why is it giving me stupid dog thing? There it is. See the heart?
Oh, yeah.
this is from that thing. You know, there. I saw a video about, or maybe it was something on TV. Like, you know, we leave the TV on and it's, you know, science or whatever channel. But you know, it went on in depth about all the stuff that went into that mission, and it, you know, like, you know, millions of dollars, you know, into it, all that time, all the calculations, and you know, if anything was just off by like a fraction or whatever, you know, something would be wrong. And like, you know, the whole time, can you imagine sitting for like, I think it took like 5 years or so or whatever it was. Can you imagine just sitting on the edge of your seat that entire time with that over your head, and then until you get this image, you don't know?
Yeah,
that would have been mad, you know. 2007, Armenian journalist Hrant Dink assassinated in front of his Agos newspaper's office by 17-year-old Turkish ultranationalist Ogun Samsat. It says here from the other source, Turkish-Armenian journalist Hrant Dink was assassinated in front of his newspaper's Istanbul office, you know, by what I just said. 2007 as well, four-man team N2I using only skis and kites completed a 1,093 mile or 1,759 kilometer trek to reach the Antarctic pole of inaccessibility for the first time since 1965 and for the first time ever without mechanical assistance. Wow.
Ooh.
2012, FBI shut down megaupload.com for alleged copyright infringement. Hacker group Anonymous responds by attacking government and entertainment industry websites. Yeah, torrenting and all that stuff. 2013, calcium deposits were discovered on Mars by NASA's Curiosity rover. How curious. We also have Lance Armstrong admitted to doping in all 7 of his Tour de France victories.
I wonder if they took those away from him.
Oh yeah, no, he's been disqualified. Everything gone.
Okay.
You know, stripped of everything.
Yeah, I thought so. I couldn't remember.
Yeah, no, he is. He is. What's the word I'm thinking for? I'm trying to think. Like completely publicly ridiculed, shamed, destroyed, done. 2016, China's economic growth revealed its as lowest for 25 years, 6.9% the previous year. 2017, Mexican drug lord Joaquin El Chapo Guzman was extradited to the United States to face trial for his leadership of the Sinaloa drug cartel. And I wonder if they chose this calendar date on purpose because it's the anniversary of when he escaped that other thing. We just covered him.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it was.
So I wonder if they did that as like, you know, oh, hey, you remember this date? Oh, you thought this date was going to be important to you and you'd like it because you escaped prison? Well, now it's also when you got fucked. You know, ruined any good memory he has. 2021, U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo stated China was committing genocide in its repression of Uyghurs and other Muslim people. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. And the Tibetans. And Christians. You know. And the Falun Gong. Don't forget the Falun Gong practitioners. You know. 2022, 5G cell phone service launched in the U.S. with airlines claiming it could interfere with airplane technologies. Yikes. 2023, Cyclone Shiniso made landfall in northern Madagascar, killing at least 25 people and leaving around 40,000 homeless.
I like cyclones and hurricanes are just geographic.
Yeah.
Kind of crazy.
Well, there's more to it, and there's also like, because didn't we have something? It was called a swell or something. Like it was called Hillary, Tropical Storm Hillary.
Oh.
No, we got hit.
Okay, but the tropical storm just didn't get to hurricane status.
No. It's called tropical storm. Hold on a second.
Yeah. Storm will turn. Yeah.
Okay. What I'm saying is, and it shows here, Category 4 Pacific Hurricane, Hurricane Hillary. Now they're called hurricanes on the east, and I looked up Hurricane Hillary, but it's actually called. It was called something else originally. Why is it all saying Tropical Storm Hillary right there? That's what I'm saying. In the Pacific Ocean, a hurricane is called a tropical storm.
Mm-hmm.
They
don't
don't
hit landfall.
What?
It has to hit landfall before it becomes a hurricane.
It doesn't become a hurricane. I'm saying what you're saying. It's geographical.
Okay.
The same exact this phenomenon, is called a hurricane in the Atlantic. It's called a tropical storm in the Pacific.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Because California, we got hit by Hurricane Hillary, but because it was in the Pacific, it was called Tropical Storm Hillary.
Gotcha.
So I'm saying you're
So
right.
there's 3 of them.
Yes.
Tropical storm, hurricane, and cyclone.
Yes, and then I think there's even more. So, yeah, I'm saying you're right, and then some.
Okay.
So, 2024, actor Alec Baldwin indicted by a grand jury on involuntary manslaughter charges over the 2021 fatal shooting on a movie set. He should be wrung out to dry.
Try that guy.
He killed him. Alec Baldwin is a murderer, and I will die on that hill. So, hell, Alec Baldwin will probably be the one to kill me, too. 2024, at least 70 miners are killed in a gold mine collapse in Kangaba district, southwest Mali, the latest in a series of small-scale mine disasters. That's awful. We also have Japan was the 5th nation to land a spacecraft on the moon with its SLIM, smart lander for investigating moon, using pinpoint landing technology.
I didn't know Japan went to the moon.
Oh, yeah, they did.
Yeah, obviously they did.
Yeah, I remember that. 2025, Gaza war, Israel-Hamas ceasefire came into effect in Gaza as the first Israeli hostages are released, with the Palestinian death toll at least 46,800. This lasted until an Israeli surprise attack on March 18th. Finally, Israel is showing their true colors and being the aggressor. 2025, last but not least, TikTok app stops working in the U.S. shortly before a federal ban on the app is due to take effect. And thank God that thing is banned. Now ban Facebook, ban Google, ban Twitter, ban all of that. Ban it all. Please. And that shall conclude the show. Where's my script here? There you are. Please check the underbar of the description below for any links that you may be interested in, including but not limited to all things Omni Coalition. So much history has and continues to be made on a daily basis, and we can only bring you a portion. Check our sources for more. It is up to you to find the artifacts of our history, but only if each individual reaches out with and for open mindfulness and a yearning to see outside of what you think you know, to grow and to find enlightenment. We have to find common ground with those who see their opinions differently from your own and find a better way to be better to one another. For your dose of past events daily, we stream at 5 p.m. Pacific Time, 6 Mountain, 7 Central, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, respectively. Or at least try to have a show out if we can't live stream. Please check the underbar. For all of you and all of us, I'm IOYO Xander.
Golden Loon.
And UVRU. Until you catch us next time, whenever that is, wherever that is, don't forget to look right and left at every intersection. Ray 5 thumb.